When most people think about investing, they imagine something complicated or reserved for the rich, something that happens behind the closed doors of Wall Street or inside glowing computer screens full of numbers. But the truth is, investing isn't just for bankers or people with thousands of dollars. It's for anyone who dreams of freedom. It's for the person who wants to stop trading hours for money. It's for the person who wants to wake up one day knowing their money is quietly working while they sleep. Investing begins not with a stock or an app, but with a decision. The decision to stop letting fear or confusion hold you back. The decision to believe that your future self deserves more than financial stress. Every great investor you've heard of started exactly where you are now, with uncertainty, with questions, with hesitation. But they took that first step, and that first step is all it takes to start changing the direction of your life. Imagine planting a tree. On the first day, nothing really happens. You water it, you wait, and you wonder if it's even growing. But years later, that same tree provides shade, fruit, and stability. Investing is exactly the same. You don't plant money today to get rich tomorrow. You plant it so that in 5, 10, or 20 years, you have something strong that supports you when you need it most. The earlier you plant, the longer your tree has to grow. That's why time is the most powerful ingredient in wealth. Not luck, not timing, but time itself. Every dollar you invest early gains the ability to multiply quietly through compounding, that incredible force where your earnings begin earning more earnings. It feels slow at first, but over time, it becomes unstoppable. So before you even choose where to invest, start by making peace with the idea that patience will become your greatest advantage. You'll see others chasing quick money or hyped trends, and you'll feel that tug of fear. Fear of missing out. But remember, fast money often leaves as quickly as it came. Real wealth builds slowly, like a foundation made of brick instead of sand. Your job is to build something that lasts. The first step is to understand your own finances. Where is your money going? What do you spend on without thinking? Most people don't have an investing problem. They have a spending awareness problem. Once you track your expenses for a month, you'll often find small leaks in your budget that can become your first investment contributions. It's not about giving up joy. It's about directing your money with purpose. Every time you invest instead of impulsively spending, you're buying yourself a piece of freedom. Now, let's talk about where to actually put your money. As a beginner, you don't need to be an expert stock picker. You don't need to predict which company will become the next big thing. Instead, think long-term. The simplest way to begin is through index funds or exchange-traded funds. These are collections of many different companies, giving you instant diversification. When you buy a broad index fund, you're not betting on one company. You're betting on human progress, on innovation, on the growth of entire economies. Over the long run, the market tends to rise, even though it sometimes falls sharply in the short term. The key is to stay invested. And this is where emotional discipline becomes everything. When the market dips, your instinct might be to panic. It's completely human to feel afraid when you see your investments lose value. But remember, those dips are temporary. History shows that every market crash has been followed by recovery. What destroys wealth isn't the drop. It's the decision to sell out of fear. The best investors are not the smartest people in the room. They're the calmest. They understand that patience, not panic, wins the long game. A great habit to start early is dollar cost averaging. That simply means investing a set amount on a regular schedule, say every month. No matter what the market is doing, when prices are high, your money buys fewer shares. When prices are low, it buys more. Over time, that steadiness smooths out the ups and downs. You don't have to guess the right moment to invest, because you're always participating. Automation helps too. Set up automatic contributions so your investing happens even when you're busy or distracted. Consistency beats intensity every time. But before you invest, make sure you have a foundation, an emergency fund. Life happens. Cars break down, jobs change, unexpected expenses appear. Having 3 to 6 months of living costs and savings gives you the confidence to invest without fear. It's your safety net. Once that's in place, your investments can grow uninterrupted. Now, a quick truth. Risk will always be part of investing. There's no such thing as guaranteed returns. But risk doesn't mean recklessness. It means understanding that your money will move up and down and being okay with that because your time horizon is long. The more time you have, the more risk you can comfortably take. Diversify your investments. Spread them across different asset types so one loss doesn't sink your entire plan. That's what protects you and helps your portfolio weather storms. As you gain confidence, you'll start to learn about other options. Bonds, real estate, even small business investments. But remember, simplicity is often more powerful than complexity. A simple, low-cost, diversified portfolio held over time outperforms most fancy strategies. The more you trade, the more likely emotions get in your way. The less you interfere, the more compounding can do its quiet work. Taxes and fees are the silent killers of investment returns. Always know what you're paying for. Choose funds with low expense ratios and use tax-advantaged accounts when possible, like retirement accounts that grow or tax-deferred or tax-free. These small details can add up to huge differences over decades. And while you build wealth, remember this: investing isn't about greed. It's about freedom, security, and choice. It's about creating a life where you're not controlled by money but guided by purpose. It's about being able to help others, support causes you believe in, or simply have peace of mind knowing that you're prepared for whatever comes next. There will be times when the market scares you, when headlines scream about crashes or recessions, when everyone around you seems to be panicking. In those moments, breathe. Go back to your plan. Remind yourself why you started. Fear is temporary, but regret lasts far longer. Every investor goes through tough times. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is endurance. Investing also teaches lessons far beyond finance. It teaches patience when the world craves instant gratification. It teaches humility when markets move against you. It teaches discipline, because building wealth requires doing the right thing repeatedly, even when it's boring. The habits you build as an investor, planning ahead, staying calm, trusting the process, spill into every part of life. And don't forget that the most important investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Learn new skills, read, improve your craft, nurture your health, your relationships, and your mindset. The better you become, the more value you can create, and the more you can invest. Money follows growth. The more capable you are, the more wealth naturally flows into your life. Over time, your relationship with money changes. You stop seeing it as something to chase and start viewing it as a tool for freedom, impact, and stability. You begin to appreciate the slow process, the quiet growth, the satisfaction of watching your plan unfold. And one day, you'll realize you've crossed that invisible line between working for money and having money work for you. That's when investing stops being theory and becomes transformation. So, wherever you are right now, whether you have $10 or $10,000, start. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. The perfect time was yesterday. The next best time is now. Open that account, set up that first contribution, and commit to learning as you go. Every investor started with their first step, and this is yours. You don't need to predict the future to build one. You just need to believe that your small, consistent actions will compound into something extraordinary. Because they will. The market rewards patience, but life rewards courage. And today, your courage is the act of beginning. Years from now, when you look back, you'll see that this simple decision to invest in your future wasn't just about money. It was about taking control of your story. It was about choosing freedom over fear, growth over comfort, and Progress over excuses. And that's how every great investor is born. Quietly, patiently, with belief, consistency, and time.